Thank you so much for being part of our community. So today we're coming together and we're so honored to have you join us for this powerful and deeply supportive conversation centered around motherhood, nourishment, and the strength of our community. This is more than just a presentation, it's actually an invitation to connect with your body, your intuition, and a community of moms who are here to uplift one another through every stage of the motherhood journey. And so whether you're an expecting mother, if you're a newly postpartum mom or supporting others on this journey, maybe you're a doula or a midwife or a husband or somebody who is supporting women through this stage in life, this presentation is designed to really provide great inspiration and resources to what is available to our community by empowering guidance for each stage of the motherhood experience, from the moment of conception through all the way through postpartum. And so we have so much support here in this community, and we want you to walk away feeling fully supported in the choices that you're making for your nourishment and your well-being, as well as for your baby. And so we want to welcome you to the Million Mom Movement community, where we're uniting together to share resources and to support one another on this journey. And each and everyone here is a beacon of support, and we are passionate about supporting and empowering mothers with the knowledge and resources needed to make informed decisions about your daily choices for yourself and your family through education, through community engagement, through recipes. We strive to cultivate a culture of wellness and celebrate the strength of motherhood. So let's embark on this journey together. And I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Dominique so you can go ahead and introduce your first guest.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Naiva. And hi, everyone. Welcome. My name is Dominique. I've been a council member on this council and a part of this community for 5 years, but recently joined the council, I think about 7 or maybe 8 months now. I can't keep up. Time is going so fast, but it's such a pleasure for me to be a part of this council and a part of this movement. I personally don't have any children of my own. I'm actually the first council member that is not a mom. And I am really grateful for the opportunity because I really want to use my voice and this opportunity, this resource, this platform to be able to impact a lot of the families in my community. And especially this nutrition has really supported my family, this business opportunity in partnership with Purium, but to pay it forward to other people. And because I have this opportunity, I connected with a few of my friends. I know my friend Jessica, she's on. I'm going to have her share her story first. And we actually were college friends. And we reconnected a few years ago and just kind of were catching up. And she was telling me just where she was on her health journey and especially just wanting to conceive. I don't want to tell too much of her stories. I want you guys to hear from her directly. And she just had an incredible experience. So Jessica, I'm going to pass it to you and feel free to share as much as you want, your whole journey, where you were before and how, you know, these superfoods have really helped nourish you and your family.
Hello, everyone. I'm so excited for everyone in your new journey. So I just wanted to get on here really quick and just explain everything that I experienced with Purium. So I come from a background of sports. I'm very active, and about in 2023, I was feeling very sluggish. I felt like it was my gut health. My energy was very low, and I knew that Dominique had this magical shake, and I know she is so passionate about it. So I wanted to reach out to her and I wanted to ask what it's doing for her. So I told her that I was, considering cleaning up my gut health. And that I thought that that would potentially give me the energy. So she told me about Purium. She told me about the appleberry shake. She told me about all of the vitamins. So I started taking an appleberry shake. I put the Biome Medic vitamin inside of it. And I also put zinc aid inside, and I would also take the super amino vitamins as well. I did cleanse for a week, and I felt great. So there's also a second part to the story. Me and my partner, we were trying to get pregnant at one point back in, I would say 2022, 2023. It wasn't happening. So I kind of put the thought in the back of my head. And then once I started taking these shakes, it was really for gut health and energy. But I be darned, 30 days in, my doctor told me I was pregnant. So not only did I get great gut health, but I also got a baby as well. So we were very happy. Dominique was very supportive. She did let me know that I was able to take it throughout my pregnancy, and I did. It did give me more energy. And she also told me that I could take it after my pregnancy. Now, I do nurse, so I was not able to take the cleanser, the super cleanser. So you're not able to do that. But I was able to continue the shake. And my daughter, actually, who just turned 1 2 days ago, she enjoys the shake herself. So I can't drink it on my own. She wants some. But so yeah, so I wanted to get on here and let you all know that it is possible. Cleaning up your gut health, getting the energy that you need, clearing your mind, getting focused, and you can become pregnant if that's the goal. If that's the goal. So I actually put it in the back of my head, and it happened anyway. So it was great. So I do thank you so much. I stand firm behind this shake. I've told a few of my friends, and I'm actually going to stay on here because I have a friend that's going through IVF. And I'm wanting to know if this is something that could help her. I'm not sure, but possibly someone has a story like that. If not, that's okay. But I'm here to hear all of the stories. Thank you so much, Dominique. Dominique is a great advocate. She's someone you can connect to, and she will stay on top of you until you meet your goal. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Jessica. Oh, thank you so much. You're getting a lot of love in the chat too. And also, I just want to highlight too that Jessica is a very successful real estate agent and she's super busy. Her schedule is up and down all over the place. And I don't know if you want to add to that too, just how that supported you in your schedule.
It
And
also
being
supported me. It
pregnant.
did.
Yeah.
Seriously, I mean, I literally landed two deals the week I had a baby, and I still closed
Wow.
them, and I still went to my closing. And I was 6 days after having a baby, and my broker was like, "Are you kidding me?" But I felt fine, and I think it's part of the shake. I think that's the reason. So I do stand firm behind it, guys. There's many different benefits, but there's specific ones as well. And I know that they have many products that you can get into. So this is a good start. So
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
luck.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing your story. And like she said, the energy, just the nourishment to have the convenience along, her journey to help her feel supported, still maintaining her lifestyle, her work schedule. And she also has an older daughter too. So just being a busy mom, all around. But I'm so happy that it helped you conceive. And like she said, her daughter just turned 1 a few days ago. And I remember when she sent me the text message and was like, I found out like I'm pregnant. I was so excited. And there's a lot of Purian babies. Put a 1 in the chat if you know someone that has, being able to conceive from this nutrition unexpectedly. I have a lot of friends and some friends that actually don't even realize that it came from the superfoods that were able to conceive. So yeah, thank you for being here, Jessica, and sharing your story. And then now I guess, I want to pass it to my other friend, Omi. I don't remember exactly what year you started your journey, but I definitely would love for you to share your story. And I just want to welcome you to the Million Mom Movement because your story was really, really powerful. And yeah, I'll go ahead and pass it to you now, Omi.
Yes, thank you, beautiful. Hi, everyone. So yes, my name is Omi, and I was introduced to Purium by my dear friend Morgan. She's amazing. I think she's in the room tonight. She recommended the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation to me after I basically I had 2 submucosal fibroids and stage 2 endometriosis, which is a pain disease. And after 2 years of chronic pain and just incessant bleeding, we just thought that my body could really benefit from the regeneration of the superfoods, and also it just tastes really good and it would help just with some of the things I had going on otherwise at the time as an entrepreneur. And so so I ended up having a myomectomy to have both of those diseases removed. And a few months after I had I had the surgery or the myomectomy, I decided to go for the ULT. And then to everybody's surprise, my surgeon included, about a month or 2 months right after my first 30 days, we conceived. So very similar to Jessica's story. And that was a bit early for us. That wasn't necessarily planned, but we were so grateful, so happy. And of course, we ran all the necessary tests and my body was ready and prepared for a healthy pregnancy. My son is almost 2. He's watching Paw Patrol right now while I have this call. And he is just truly the light of my life. And I'm just so grateful for the nourishment that I was able to receive from the ULT and how it prepared my body for pregnancy. And then I did take a little bit of a break throughout the pregnancy, but postpartum, it has been so amazing, especially the pineal clear. I'm not sure if anyone in the room has tried it, but I love it. It's been great just with the hormonal reset, with my sleep. This actually, right, with the apothecary, if you take it within the same 10-minute cycle, amazing. You'll be drooling in your sleep. But yes, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to share. So I conceived in 2022. He was born in 2023, and here I am, 2025, just right back into my maintenance at this point. So thank you for allowing me to share.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing your story. I think it's such a testimony to supporting your body through recovery and the surgery that you had, right? Your body was in a state where it needed nourishment. We always need nourishment, but especially going through something, traumatic like that. And so you weren't only able to recover quickly, but you were able to conceive quickly and carry, your baby throughout the pregnancy. Feeling stronger and having a healthy pregnancy. I think that that's important too. It's not just about conceiving, but throughout the journey to feel strong in your body too. So I'm so glad that this was able to support you and bringing your baby to to be in this world. He's so cute too.
Thank you.
And then yeah, like you mentioned, the postpartum, right? Yeah, I know you
Mhm.
talked about pineal clear, apothecary. I know you love the power shake. Can you share a little
I
bit about
do.
how that's helped you too?
Yes. Oh man. So with the power shake, it just really helps me with my nourishment just in between sessions. I'm also a mental health provider and I see a ton of clients all day. So it's just great to know that I'm nourishing my body with my 6 salads a day. I also really enjoy the dark berry collagen protein and the horchata protein. I'm a fan. Okay, y'all. You don't know. Big fan of all of the products, honestly. And so it helps me with the convenience, with the ease, helps me with just the indecision I have around choosing what to eat throughout the day. So yeah, I just feel really good knowing that I'm nourished. Uh, this is Salehi. Do you want to say hi, Papa?
Hi.
Very
Say
good.
hi to everybody.
Yes. And so it's been great as a busy mommy and entrepreneur. Good job. Oh,
Beautiful.
yes.
Thank you so much for sharing and being here tonight. And yeah, just being on this journey and your voice, your story is really empowering a lot of moms that don't know that something like this can be so supportive to them in conceiving and then also support the postpartum journey. So our whole community here is about the activism and getting the word out there and using these stories to empower more people. So thank you.
It's my
And
pleasure.
yeah, oh, what'd you say?
I was just saying it's my pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah. So I'm going to pass it to Naeva. I don't know if you want to share your journey through pregnancy and also the superfoods that have supported you. And then I guess we could probably open it up to more people to share their stories as well.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, ladies, for sharing your experience. And I know so many ladies that have been able to conceive after introducing these superfoods into their life within months. And several of them actually have, tried everything else and not known what else they could do. And these superfoods and detoxing the toxins and the parasites and the things out of our body and reducing inflammation can really help our bodies to be able to function more optimally so that we can bring a baby into this world. And what more beautiful way is there to bring a baby into this world than to do it in a way where your body is clean and regenerated and your cells are fed on this cellular level so that you can create another human being. It's such a beautiful gift. And so I see that our other guest is here, Roxanne, and she has an incredible story. She's been with Purium for over 10 years. She's my personal upline, and she has a small son, but she was able to really introduce these superfoods into her life and support her through her young adulthood and then now into motherhood as well. And so, Roxanne, please come and introduce yourself and share your story with our community.
Hi, aloha, everybody. So happy to be here. Thank you, Naiva, for inviting me on. Good to see some familiar faces. I'm happy to share my story. It has been nothing short of a miracle, my journey with Purium. If you just rewind like 13 years ago, I was in my early 20s and I was dealing with 8 years of cystic acne. Right when I like entered my teenage years, I started breaking out, and hi Tara. I had horrible cystic acne all on my forehead, and I'm a performer. I've been a dancer my whole life, and it was excruciating. Actually physically excruciating and also emotionally really trying, because I remember there was even a point where like I didn't even like look people in the eyes sometimes because I wanted to like hide my own face. And eventually I went to a doctor, and the doctor's solution was to put me on birth control, even though at the time I wasn't even sexually active, but I was like 14 years old and got put on the pill, and it helped, but it was not a solution. And it was very much a band-aid for years. And I was on the pill for about 4 years. Then when I was 18, I started learning more about holistic health and wanting to take my power into my own hands and go to the root of the cause and get off the pill. And so I got off birth control. The acne came back, and my period went away. I stopped having a menstrual cycle altogether, and I started putting on weight and started having weird emotional swings. I experienced for the first time like anxiety and depression, went back to a doctor. They gave me the diagnosis of PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, told me that I would probably have a hard time conceiving, that the best thing to do would be to go back on the pill. And that was pretty much the only solution that they gave me, which was very disempowering. And I pretty much, like 18-year-old me, told them to shove it and was like, no, I refuse to take that as an answer. I'm just going to find my own way. And I tried at that point in my life, I just like pretty much went into like everything that you could possibly try, from like master cleansing to juice fasting to different herbal regimens, going to Chinese medicine doctors. And at that point, it wasn't just for my skin, it was for my entire ecosystem of my body to get regulated, for my cycle to come back. And I did have a dream of becoming a mother someday. And so I was really passionate about like finding solutions and clearing it up. And fast forward a couple years, I was introduced to Dave Sandoval during a trip in California. And he essentially like care fronted me. If anyone is familiar with that term, it's like a really caring way of confronting someone. And was like, hey, sister, do you want to do this? And like essentially try the ultimate lifestyle transformation. And he shared with me not only the health opportunity, but also the business. And as a starving artist who was also dealing with these health concerns, I was like, wow, this is perfect. This seems like maybe like I'm willing to try everything. And this seems like it could actually be a solution to everything. And so I did the ULT, and within the first 10 days, I remember looking in the mirror and being like, wow, my skin looks really good today. And that was a monumental moment, dealing with a decade of cystic acne. And then within that first month, my cycle actually came back and has been regular ever since. And I became like a walking billboard. I was living on Kauai at the time, and people were like, Rox, what are you doing? And so I naturally started sharing it with people. And so at the same time that my health really transformed, I also started making money like I had never made before, and doing it in a way that was really aligned with my values and my mission of holistic healing. And then years later, I maintained, I mean, I've lived this lifestyle since day one. I've maintained core four and I love all of the apothecary. But when the time did come that I was with my husband and we were ready to conceive, we had no problem getting pregnant. And this idea of PCOS is like an ancient memory. I haven't gotten an ultrasound. I never got an ultrasound. I never actually saw a cyst on my ovaries. That was just like a blanket diagnosis that the doctor was quick to give me. But my son, I had a beautiful pregnancy. I used Purium all throughout it. It was the only thing I wanted during labor. And then I've had that be like one of the main staples of my son's diet as well. And he's 3 years old now, and he gets Power Shake every morning and he loves it and he asks for it. And it feels really good to, as a mother, not only to have been able to be supported myself in my journey of transformation, but now to have a tool that I can feed my son that I know is nourishing him. And we travel a lot. And so we take it with us on the road. And especially when we're in places where there's limited supply of nutritious food, it feels so good as a mother to be able to provide that to my son. It's just really a act of sovereignty, I feel like. So yeah, it's been a huge blessing and continues to be through my little boy. And yeah, happy to be here and share this story. Thank you, Naiva.
Naiva, I think you're trying to unmute. I think you're good now.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, I was having some trouble unmuting. Thank you. Thank you so much for that beautiful story, Roxanne, and for really just taking us back to the beginning because, you know, becoming pregnant, there's all the things that come before becoming a mother, right? All of our life experiences, traumas, things that we're going through, health issues, inflammation in the body, all these different things that can cause issues in our body and make it more difficult to become pregnant or even cause difficulties during pregnancy and postpartum. And so it is really important that we take care of ourselves. And so even if you are just thinking about becoming pregnant in the future, this is a beautiful gift to give yourself so that that way, when you do become pregnant, your body is fully nourished and you're not pouring from an empty cup or a half full cup, that you're nourishing your baby from a full cup and your body being fully nourished and ready to share those nutrients with another growing human being. And so we're so fortunate to have these superfoods in our life. And I can't share about the pregnancy journey because I was introduced to these superfoods when I was pregnant, but I was very resistant to the idea of cleansing while I was pregnant because I was under the impression that Purium only provided cleansing protocols. And so something that we should all know is that we have over 70 different superfoods, and most of them are great while you're pregnant and can be very supportive. And although some of the things do help create detoxification and help get rid of some of the toxin buildup in our body, a lot of it isn't necessarily the quote unquote cleansing that we would do when we're not pregnant, right? We definitely have protocols that we do that we do not recommend during pregnancy. And there's also so much you can do for yourself during pregnancy. So don't be like me. Don't be scared of the superfoods because you have this thought in your mind that you can't cleanse while you're pregnant. That is true. We don't want to put you on some strict protocol of parasite cleansing with all those herbs and things when you are pregnant, but there are so many superfoods that can support you during this time. And so even though I was introduced when I was pregnant, I didn't start till I was a few months postpartum. But what I can share is that as a super busy mom, I had 5 kids in 4 different schools and a brand new baby. So my life was crazy busy. I was stressed out by 6 a.m. in the morning when I was just trying to get kids happily out of bed and eating their breakfast, which if you're dealing with 5 kids in all different age groups, that's nearly impossible. So, stress first thing in the morning, living off coffee until noon, eating the kids' leftovers after I had gotten through the 5 school drop-offs and came came home with a sleepy, tired, cranky baby, right? So that was my reality when I was introduced to these superfoods, and I don't want that for you. I want you to be prepared. If you are pregnant, you will have your baby, and I want you to be prepared with these superfoods when you go into your postpartum journey, because it changed everything for me when I was introduced to these superfoods. I was pouring from an empty cup. I was exhausted by 10 a.m. and drinking coffee and, doing all the chores. And in the afternoon, when the kids came back from school, the last thing I want to do was do after school activities. All I want to do was go to bed and take a nap with the baby. But often what happens is when the baby's taking a nap, it's the only time that I actually have for myself to have a moment to do the things I need to do or to take care of the household chores. And so with all of that overwhelm and stress, it was really hard for me to find the balance to do the things that I wanted to do, like making a smoothie or juicing or making that healthier meal. Often I was grabbing a cup of coffee and a bagel and cream cheese or something that was super easy to make and didn't take a lot of time or thought. And so with these superfoods, when they were introduced into my life, I was able to start using the superfoods right away. I felt a difference like immediately when I put these superfoods into my body. I could feel a difference in my energy. I could feel more level-headedness in my mood. I was sleeping better. The baby was sleeping better. So we were both getting better, more hours of sleep at night. I was able to have more energy in the afternoon to take the kids to their after school activities or the beach or whatever the day threw at me. And of course, make it through the whole dinner routine, bedtime routine, and not feel completely exhausted throughout my daily routine. And so with these superfoods, what it provided for me is something that I could do for myself first thing in the morning. So whether you're pregnant or postpartum, or whether you're just a human being on this planet, this is a great way to nourish yourself. I was giving myself 5 super amino 23 first thing in the morning when I got out of bed. I had my glass of water, I had my aminos right there, and I was taking that first thing before I woke the kids up to get them ready for school. So this was doing something for myself first, which, let's face it, how often do we pour our cup of coffee first? Not saying that coffee is the best thing in the morning, but how often do we do that for ourselves before we take care of everybody else, right? So I want to encourage you to give yourself superfoods first to yourself so that you can then share with others. It's like the analogy of being on the airplane, right? You're going to put your oxygen mask on first, and then you'll be able to assist everyone else around you. And so by doing this, I was giving myself the aminos in the morning. I realized I no longer needed the coffee for energy, which then eliminated the crash and the burnout in the afternoon. And then I was able to have my superfood shake, whether I made it on my way out the door in the morning. It literally takes 30 seconds. I could put a couple scoops of superfoods with some water, run out the door with the kids to get them off to school in time. And I could actually have done 2 really great things for myself before 8 a.m. And this is like unheard of in my crazy mom world. And so I want to encourage you all to do this for yourself. And then if you know others that are on this path, to encourage them to do this for themselves as well. And so by afternoon, I was taking my biomedic, I was having my cherry in the evening. And so I was doing all these things for myself that in the past was a big zero. It was coffee and snacking and not always choosing the best, healthiest things for myself, which was leaving me exhausted and depleted. And so this is something that absolutely changed the trajectory of my motherhood journey. And I'm so grateful for these superfoods. And like Roxanne shared, naturally, other moms around me were interested in what I was doing and started asking questions. Wow, you have so much energy. How are you keeping up with the kids all day? You look great. Your skin is clear. You're so bright. All these things. Your hair is shiny. And the only thing I could say that I had changed was adding these superfoods into my daily life. And so it made it really easy for me to share this with other moms that were looking for solutions for themselves and for their families. And so as I started to share, I was able to create an income, and I was able to actually never return back to work after maternity leave. And so that's a whole nother story, but I just want to plant that seed here for you that if you start nourishing yourself with these superfoods and you decide you want to share them with your community, you can actually create an income that will support you through your motherhood, and you may never have to go back to work, which is my story. It's been 11 years now, and I've never gone back to a 9-to-5 job. I've been able to support so many moms on this journey of nourishing ourselves with these organic superfoods and flooding our bodies with nutrition. And I just want to inspire more of you to do that and to share this with your community as well. Because when we become a mom, something that I often share is that we don't know what we don't know. It's a completely brand new world to us when we become a mom. We're learning everything for the first time. And so for those of us who have gone through the journey, it's really our job to share with you the solutions that we've found and the tools that we found that will help you make this journey that much better for you and that much easier and more supportive. And so this is really an amazing community, and we're so grateful to have each and every one of you here. And I just want to inspire you to do this for yourself so that you can take care of your family that much more. And so with that being said, if there's any questions, you feel free to raise your hand. We can cover a handful of questions while we're here today. And if you have a short story about your pregnancy journey with these superfoods and how it supported you, we'd love to hear a couple more stories as well as time allows. And we're just so grateful to have you here and to be able to support more people on this journey to nourishing ourselves. And so, Solveig, I see that you have your hand up. I'd love to ask you to unmute. Hi.
Hi. So my story is sounds like an echo of everything that you just said. I was taking I was taking Purium superfoods and I got pregnant right away, and I was very surprised at how fast I got pregnant. And then throughout my whole pregnancy, I was taking the superfoods, and I was taking everything except for the Super Cleanse R, and I didn't have any of the negative symptoms of being pregnant that I can remember. It's like I didn't have the extreme nausea. I had good energy, and throughout my pregnancy, I just, my daughter was developing so beautifully, and the birth itself was really beautiful, and there was no complications. It was just all like it was the natural birth that I wanted, and so I it was a no-brainer for me to choose Purium while I was pregnant, because that felt like the best possible thing I could do for my body and to support building my daughter inside of me and afterwards.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing. I have heard so many stories like yours of women who have become pregnant right after starting these superfoods, and many not even trying to become pregnant. And so that's how powerful these superfoods are. They really help our bodies to be able to work the way that they're supposed to and to be able to create a life. And it's such a beautiful gift to be able to share with somebody who has been trying so hard and not had success, to be able to offer them this holistic solution. Tara, I see you're on. I'm gonna go ahead and unmute you. Hi.
Aloha, it's so nice to see you. I am just curious if there's any women on the call that have stories about menopause and anything in particular that they are using that has supported healthy hormone balance during menopause or after menopause or any of the phases of menopause. Is that okay to ask that question during this particular call?
So this call, we're talking about pregnancy, but we have
Okay.
covered menopause on other subjects. I do have some recordings of presentations we've talked about menopause in the past. And so, yeah, let's keep it to pregnancy for today.
Okay.
Definitely go watch some of our replays on our YouTube channel. There is so much resources there for you. And you can tune in again. Our next menopause topic, I think, will be in August. So that will be our next live presentation featuring menopause.
Thank you.
you so much for your question. And I know menopositive is a really great one. It has it right in the name, and it's hormonal balancing for all ages. So not just for when you're in menopausal age, but for all ages of women. Thank you, Tara. And Dominique, I see you have your hand up.
Yeah, there's a couple things I wanted to address. But yeah, Tara, we did a call, I think it was last month, on menopause. And I had a few of the ladies in my community who gave very in-depth testimonials to their experiences, and especially how menopositive and pineal clear were powerful for their transformation. So definitely, yeah, check out our YouTube channel, and everyone that's watching me have a thorough resource of a lot of different videos on our YouTube channel of different testimonials. And then someone asked in the chat if we could write a list of all the superfoods for pregnant women. I did drop in the chat under that question one of our blogs that we have. Yeah, that gives a list of our superfoods. Naiva, I don't know if there's anything that you were going to share, a list of everything, but definitely the Daily Core 4, the ULT without Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation without the Super Cleansar. And then, yes, if you just want to read through that blog, there's a lot of resources. There was a few other things I wanted to mention that I've had, I think, at least 2 or 3 mothers who have been through this journey and were eating Purium before their pregnancy and throughout their pregnancy. And they mentioned that their placenta, either their doula or their midwife was always like, this is the healthiest placenta I've ever seen. And I always thought that it was just such a cool testimony, because you don't really hear about that. And just like the color and the vibrancy of their placenta, because of how nourishing our superfoods are, and especially, I'm sure, Biomedic being able to remove glyphosate and a lot of the pesticides that we're exposed to. And you don't think about how that is affecting the baby, and blocking, the baby from being able to receive nutrients. So I just wanted to add that testimony, that I've heard a few moms mention that, which is just so cool, that the placenta is thriving and healthy and the baby's able to receive all those nutrients.
Absolutely, yes. And I will share a resource of superfoods that are good while you're pregnant. Thank you for mentioning that, because we have so many great resources for you all. And I did put together a few slides for us so that way we could go into the superfoods that support for pregnancy and postpartum. So Purium superfoods are actually designed to support your body during pregnancy and postpartum. These carefully formulated products deliver essential vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, amino acids that will help your body to nourish and promote overall wellness. So let's explore some of these superfoods for pregnancy and beyond. Apparently, I have technical difficulties with switching my pages. All right, looks like I skipped a page now. Let's go back one page to the Power Shake. So embracing simple nutrition during pregnancy, Power Shake, containing a rich blend of organic greens, fruits, and vegetables. The Power Shake is a nutritional powerhouse that supports energy levels, digestions, and immune function. It's packed with phytonutrients, enzymes, fiber. This convenient shake provides a convenient way to boost your daily intake of essential nutrients while promoting healthy digestion. Power Shake is often well tolerated during pregnancy and can help ease morning sickness during the early months by delivering vital nutrients even when your appetite is low. It's perfect as a daily meal base. It's a great light breakfast or afternoon boost, especially during pregnancy, postpartums, or time of high stress or fatigue. And for some women, if you're taking this and you're still feeling morning sickness or you're having a hard time, just have a shot. Just have one shot. Don't have a full Power Shake, because I've had some women have a hard time with the flavor of the Power Shake, but the nutrients is what your body is craving. So even if you can just get a shot in, do that until you can get more in. Apothecary is another great one. It offers a delicious and natural way to support restful sleep, overall well-being, and it's made from organic tart cherries. This antioxidant-rich formula helps to reduce inflammation, promote relaxation, and support recovery, allowing you to enjoy a restorative night's sleep and wake up feeling refreshed and revitalized. Super amino 23 is amazing during pregnancy. Its adequate protein intake is essential for supporting the growth and development of your baby, as well as maintaining muscle tone and energy levels for the mom. Super amino 23 provides a convenient source of vegan protein derived from non-GMO peas and rice, also offering all these essential amino acids your body needs thriving during pregnancy. And then biomedic, we mentioned biomedic and how important it is to reduce glyphosate from our body, especially when we're pregnant or wanting to conceive or in the breastfeeding months, because there has been studies that have shown that there is glyphosate in our milk supply. And this is really alarming because that's the first thing we're giving our baby. So it's really important that we detox glyphosate out of our gut so that we are giving our baby the very best nutrients that our body can provide. And so gut health plays a crucial role in the overall wellness, especially during pregnancy, when the microbiome can influence immune function, digestion, nutrient absorption. And Biomedic is a revolutionary formula designed to support gut health and promoting a healthy balance of gut bacteria and reducing the impact of glyphosate, a common herbicide that's found in 75% of our food and water. So this is very important and something that we talk a lot about here. So that is essentially your core four. That's what we want you to start with. If you're going to start with an ultimate lifestyle transformation, you're getting all of those products 2 times, and then choose the crack cell chlorella if you're going to choose the ultimate lifestyle transformation instead of the super cleanser. We definitely want to stay away from parasite cleansing herbs when you're pregnant or breastfeeding. And then these are the general recommendations. I'll let you go ahead and take a screenshot. Barley grass juice is incredible for helping you create additional milk supply if you feel like you're not creating enough milk. It has so many minerals in it. It can help balance your hormones. It supports detoxification. It has so many benefits. And then Zincade is another really great one. It helps to boost your immune system for you and the baby. It has lots of minerals and it really just helps to support the baby's development as well. And then ionic elements is trace minerals, really great for hydration, cellular energy, really great for preconception and during pregnancy. And then cocoa mint spirulina is delicious. Spirulina is really great during pregnancy and postpartum. And the cocoa mint spirulina is just a chocolate minty version of that. So you can choose whether you just want to get spirulina or cocoa mint spirulina. But we like this one because it's a healthy, yummy, sweet treat that you don't have to feel guilty about. And so it's a delicious source of plant-based protein, iron, and antioxidants. And if you don't know, spirulina is nature's multivitamin. So it has everything in there to help support your body. And then, of course, crack cell chlorella. Like I mentioned, if you get the ULT, make sure you sub the parasite cleansing herbs for the crack cell chlorella. This helps to promote heavy metal detox and detoxification of environmental toxins, but more importantly, it has a cell growth factor, which helps to build healthy cells faster. So it can really help in the brain and cognitive function of your baby and the growing cells of your baby. And so it's really a really great addition to your pregnancy health supplements. And then hair, skin, and nails is really great. We know that collagen is so important when you're building a baby for yourself and for your baby. A lot of times during pregnancy, women will lose a lot of hair or have weak nails. And so there's a great time to support yourself in that way of building more collagen for yourself and the baby so that you don't lose as much hair or so you grow new, fresh hair, and that you still have, great skin and nails, and for your baby as well to have really great hair, skin, and nails. And then, of course, C from nature. Vitamin C is so important for your immune function, collagen formulation, adrenal health, and it's so important to help you absorb iron as well. So when you're having power shakes and you're having spirulina and you're having crack cell chlorella, there's a ton of iron in there, but you do need to have vitamin C to help you absorb that iron. So taking this vitamin C can really help you. And then Revive It All is really great for your brain and nerve support, really helps to enhance mental clarity. We've all heard of mom brain, right? Especially when you're pregnant, you forget everything. You'll be holding your keys in your hand and forget where you put them. And it's a real thing. So don't make fun of us if we ever do that, okay? But Revive It All is really great. It can really help you to, think more clearly, have better memory, better focus, have less stress, and more balanced mood. These are all really important as we navigate our pregnancy journey. And then carrot juice plus is great. We all know the beta carotene is super awesome. It's super great for your immune health as well as fetal development and to nourish your skin and your eyes. So this is also a really great one. You can add it into any shake or smoothie. It's really delicious. And then biofruit. Biofruit's really great. It's got 16 different red pigmented fruits that are high in antioxidants, which really help to support cellular repair, hormone production, and really great energy. And of course, it's a delicious way to get all of your nutrients in. So I really like all these recommendations, and I want to leave you with all of this before we close out so that way you can know. We also have some great proteins that we want to recommend. So the protein shake recommendations during pregnancy would be the chocolate multi-vegan protein or MVP family. We also have the Epigenius family, which is another really great one. But in this one, it's a complete plant-based protein. It's got all your multivitamins, your digestive support. It's completely plant-based multivitamin. It's got all your enzymes. It's formulated to support the foundational wellness of the entire family. So this is really great not only for you, but if you have other small children in the house or anybody else in the house that loves chocolate, I don't know who doesn't, this is a really great way to provide the essential vitamins and minerals that you need and the gut support nutrients to nourish your body. And it's really great for pregnant women, growing kids, postpartum recovery, everything. This is a really great one, and it tastes delicious as well. We just have a couple more to cover. So the dark berry protein is also really great. It helps produce collagen, like I just shared about. Collagen is very important. The dark berry protein is antioxidant-rich superfruit blend. It helps with immune and cellular support. It's also a really vibrant blend of deeply pigmented superfruits as well. So it's got lots of yummy berries, acai, maki, elderberry, blueberry, cranberry, and it really helps to flood your body with cell protective antioxidants. It's also rich in polyphenols and so many different vitamins that help to just support you. So it helps to combat oxidative stress, support your immunity, promote radiant skin, hair, skin, and nails, like I mentioned earlier, without added sugars or synthetic ingredients. So this can be a really great treat. And also it's really healthy for you and it helps to reduce inflammation as well. Also great for brain and memory and cognitive function. So great for that mom brain as well. And then the Love Super Meal. This one is not recommended during the third trimester because it has flax in it. So it's great for postpartum. It's great for your first and second trimester. It's whole food meal replacement for nourishment, hormone balance, and digestive support. And what I love about this one is it's a really an all-in-one. It's one of the ones that I started with as a postpartum mom, and it's nutrient dense. It's a great meal replacement. It's all whole food ingredients. It's packed with organic sprouts, seeds, adaptogens, superfruit foods, and offers a balanced blend of healthy fats, protein, fiber, and micronutrients to support digestion, energy, and hormonal harmony. And then this is also formulated with flax seeds, maca, and sprouted grains. So it's especially nourishing for women pre-conception and early pregnancy or the postpartum phase, but not recommended in the third trimester due to hormonal sensitivity with flax. And so if you didn't know that, stay away from things with flax in it in your third month. And then this goes into breastfeeding support, which we'll get into that next month. So please join us next month for our presentation where we're going to be going into our postpartum support and how you can be supported on your postpartum journey. And so we'll be sharing stories there. So if you or anybody you know has a story regarding postpartum, we would love to invite you to join us next month on the first Thursday of the month to join us for that and share your stories. And so we do have another Zoom right after this one. We're going to go ahead and close out. I just want to say thank you to everybody in our community for being here and being a part of our community. Each and every one of you makes us the Million Mom Movement. And so if this is your very first time being here, you were invited by somebody who loves you and cares about you and truly wants you to have access to the best nutrition on the planet. And we would love to invite you to become a part of our community. So please like, follow, and share. You can go like our Facebook page, Million Mom Movement. You can join our Facebook community group at Million Mom Movement Official, where this replay will be posted with any additional resources that we have. Of course, give us a follow on Instagram. Use our hashtags on your posts and stories so that way we can feature you. And last but not least, please go subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can get access to all of our replays. We have over 300 replays available for you now, and we'd love for you to just go and dive in. We've covered other presentations on pregnancy, on postpartum, and on many other subjects. So go find the ones that appeal to you or ones that you want to share with your community, and please use those as a tool. We would love to invite you to join us back here next Thursday, where Dominique will be sharing a beautiful presentation about creating financial freedom. And so if you have a financial story you'd like to share, please reach out. Let us know that you'd like to share your story with our community. But join us every Thursday for a presentation where you can come and share this with your community. And so each and every one of you here is a part of the Million Mom Movement community. So please come back next week, bring your guest. This is a community action call. Everybody is welcome to join us here and come and participate in our calls. Of course, if you ever want to be a guest on one of our calls, do not hesitate to reach out and let us know that you are interested in being a guest on a specific topic that we are presenting on. And so thank you again, everyone, for joining us here today, and we will see you next week.